Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody brace yourselves, it's countdown time. We're counting down, there's a buffer that we count down so that the video stream isn't missing anything.
3,
Oh,
2.
and that's right. All right, we're here.
Back.
It's Greasy Conversation time. The time is back upon us. Welcome back. We know you've been missing the submarine of knowledge. It's back. It's Knowledge Submarine Hour.
Been too long.
All right. If you've been dry and not high, it's time to get deep and wet with submarine knowledge metaphor time. Get
Yes.
ready.
What he said. Okay.
Buck, let's get you hollering into this
Hollering.
can here. I gotta fix the little springies. Look at my springy neglect time. Whoa, listen to that. All right,
Very cool.
there you go.
All right.
Keep, ooh, see, man, guys, you're in some construction.
Yeah, we're not doing karaoke tonight. I'll keep that in mind.
Not yet.
So welcome,
It's for later.
everybody. This is Greasy Conversation, the talk show with us, with Buck Williamson here, who just had a photography art exhibit situation of his
That is
stuff.
correct. That is correct.
Davies Locker, affiliated with Rebar, a pair of our favorite places downtown.
Yep. Yep.
Ho-
and they
holla-
got great food over there at Davies Locker.
Freaking delicious. Holler at Valhalla, the weed people, for the shirt, and Kicker Headphones for the headphone situation. And we're at RadioVegas.rocks. That's who you mentioned to sponsors so that we keep the lights on. You know how that goes. Anyway, we've got 2 weeks full of thickness for you today.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Let's jump right into it. All right. So this guy is like my hero now. This is my new hero. Our good buddy, Samuel Sabatino, 82 years old, spent his holiday weekends driving from Florida to Manhattan, right? Just taking a nice cruise. That's a long-ass drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of length for recreation.
So it's like, what's he doing just driving up to Manhattan all these weekends? Well, it turns out that he like cases these really like high like price condos just for when people are out, and he robs them, dude. And he's been doing this for a while and has committed at least like 10 burglaries for a total of 400 grand worth of items stolen over the course of about 5 years.
So he's the robber of snowbirds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
And he seems like a snowbird, right? Because he's like an 82-year-old, like probably retired dude living in Florida.
Oh, that's wild.
No
It's a-
picture of him, just like a New York
I
police
know, I really
badge.
wanted
That's
to
so
see
lame. That's the best part.
A picture of him. So yeah,
Seeing
I
their
mean,
wacky faces.
dude, he had like a 5-year burglary career in Manhattan while living in Florida, and eventually they tracked him down, and I don't know how he fell under suspicion exactly, but they would ended up tracking him from Florida to Manhattan, and then eventually like put all the pieces together, obviously, and found out it was this dude. But man, that's a good run, you know. If you
That
can,
is quite the run. That's a lot of runs.
but I guess like being like 82 years old, you got that old, you can just play like the lost grandpa move.
Yeah.
You know, if things get dicey, you can just be like, I thought my grandson lived here.
Just like the old folks who think they can get away with saying anything. Like, do I have enough gray in my beard to be able to get away with saying, like, really, like, calling people honey?
It depends on how much eye contact you make.
Right?
Yeah.
Honey?
That's how the,
If it's like, hey, honey, if it's
Right?
all eye contact.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
But like a 20-year-old kid, saying, honey in a restaurant or something to a waitress might be a little inappropriate.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I have she'd be like, I'm not your honey.
You
That's how
gotta
that
test the
conversation
water.
would go.
You gotta test the water. If they lead in with a baby or something, those baby waitresses.
Right?
Then
Yeah,
you
they're
just got-
asking for a honey if they're giving you a baby.
You just gotta wait till it escalates to sweet cheeks. That's what I'm going for.
Then you know things are weird.
That's critical.
I
yeah.
don't- my grandpa taught me that lesson that like old people can say anything they want. I remember being as a kid, anytime I'd go grocery shopping with him, he'd always start talking to the cashier,
Right.
and he'd either tell her he had like two main stories that he would go to. Either he was actually an alien from Alpha Centauri, and he had a whole thing to it, man. Like it was brilliant.
Nice.
And then the other one was that if he like bought cigarettes or liquor or something, he'd hand him his ID. He's like, yeah, I can show you my ID, but that's not my real name. He's like, according to the government, I'm dead. He's like, I was a spook in the Korean War, and the military erased my real identity.
This guy would say all this.
Oh yeah,
To the cashier.
yeah. My grandpa, just like a nutty dude, man. He was just a crazy
And
old dude.
She would just roll her eyes, or he, or whoever's there.
Yeah, yeah. Just it was always the ladies, you know. Grandpa's trying to be a ladies' man, I guess.
Yeah, well,
But-
it's hard to get them to pay attention as you get older. At least that's what my dad told me once.
Yeah, that's why you
Yeah.
gotta come out with the zany stories, huh?
Right? Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm going to. I'm an alien, lizard fucking person, really.
Well, I mean, I think most lizard people are also extraterrestrials, right?
Yeah, both.
On
yeah.
the inside.
Oh no, definitely.
Are they just terrestrial people?
Terrestrial lizards that are humanoid and live underground.
They're terrestrials that are just a little extra. That's what it is.
Word. All right.
Cheers to this, you guys.
Mm. Salute, brother.
Shake them around if you have them. We've had sober episodes. This isn't one of them.
This is
Welcome.
a Friday happy hour. I've had
Yeah.
a hell of a week, so
Nor is
I'm
this
glad to be here.
a drunken episode either. We're in the pocket, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
Getting right in the pocket,
Yeah,
bud.
this is a pocket episode.
True that. I like it.
All right, so since we just immediately jumped into lizard people who we know run the world, it's a proven fact at this point.
I just want to say R.I.P. Rick Ocasek from The Cars frontman and little known, also producer for Weezer's first and third albums.
Oh
A
yeah.
big influence on Rivers Cuomo, yeah.
Hmm.
So while we're looking at some Rick Ocasek while you introduce the next topic.
Yeah, so this is awesome. The top 10 Illuminati signs.
Oh, I'm glad you liked I found that. This will be
Yeah.
fun to go through.
This is great.
This isn't news, but it's interesting, and I like how this article frames it pretty neutrally too.
Yeah,
It's just
so-
a fun voice about it.
Yeah, so the first one is from Jay-Z. You know, the ROC, he does the triangles, you know, out of his hands.
Yeah, do it at the camera
know.
harder. I think they saw that.
You crazy for this one, ho? You know.
Yeah, I love this one because I love making Illuminati triangles, and I'm happy it didn't mean something sketch when I was like, oh shoot, I should look up if that means something like racist or something.
Right, and then it shows like a bunch. Then it just has like pictures of 12 celebrities who do it, and it's like Warren
Yeah.
Buffett, Al Sharpton, right? It's like they're all in on it. Everyone's the Illuminati. That's
a
why
thing,
they're
man.
that's why they're all in the movies.
I really think it's like anonymous, where if you claim you're in it, you're like in it, as long as you don't mess it up with other people claiming they're in it. Like anonymous on 4chan, that could just literally be anybody. Everyone's anonymous on 4chan.
Yeah, I read this fiction book. Well, it's a trilogy. It's called the Illuminatus trilogy, and the premise is to just like wrap up every single conspiracy you've ever heard about the Illuminati and every other conspiracy, and just wrap it all into one package. It's over like 1,000 pages. It's a really interesting book.
Wow.
But there's like in it, there's like multiple Illuminatis. There's like Illuminatis who think they're the real Illuminati. That was like a secret organization that started and thought they could take over the world. But then there's like the actual Illuminati who's not evil at all and is fairly benevolent. It's
Yeah, I
really
wouldn't
wild.
be surprised if there's multiple organizations secretly. Because if they're a secret society, you're not going to check in with other people that have a secret society that might be calling themselves the same thing.
Unless you got the secret handshake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it'd be an incompatible handshake. So there could
Yeah,
be, like,
if you're like
10
the wrong
Illuminatis.
Illuminati.
Yeah. No one's comparing notes.
Right. Dude, if you scroll down on this ROC, there's one of Dora the Explorer doing it in the cartoon.
Oh, nice. Oop, wrong
But I'm
window.
like, it could just be it. Like,
Oh,
it
here
could
we
be
go.
anything.
This is what I'm supposed to show you guys. All these celebs doing it.
Yeah.
Dora's doing it. Where are you? Ah!
Are you sure there's not like upside down hearts? Maybe, you know. Like,
That's right. I think some people are doing like this, where it looks kind of like a
This?
diamond almost, or like upside. You know.
Is it like
Or
a,
maybe a vagina.
I was gonna say it
Yeah,
looks
I
like
like
a
the
vagina.
vagina. Yeah. That's
This
good.
woman's clearly doing it
Yeah,
vagina
definitely.
Well,
style.
and then one is this wrestler Diamond Dallas Page. Well, obviously he's actually doing a diamond. Okay, yeah, we get it. All right, little reaching. His name's Diamond Dallas Page. He's making a fucking diamond out of a triangle. Get out of
It's
here.
an upside down diamond, though. He should have done it like this, and then he would have avoided having to settle with Jay-Z for an undisclosed sum.
Right.
That really happened.
And then all right, number
Over a
two.
hand symbol. Shh.
Number two is the 666 hand sign. I didn't know there was one. Also the circle I, the OK sign, which I've also heard now has been co-opted as a white supremacist symbol.
Yeah.
Doing it like, but it's also that game where like you get people to look,
Have you
and then you can
seen
punch them in the nuts or whatever.
the
Yeah.
lobster eyes?
Yeah. Yeah.
My arms don't go that way, but
I
Like-
my
practice
lady
that
can do
monthly
it.
to make sure I can still do it.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's, I
double-
never want to lose the ability to do the hand goggles.
That's just, but it's like the okay symbol or just like doing this. It's such a common fucking thing just to do with your hands or like public
Yeah,
speaking.
okay.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I played that game, and if you could reach behind and put your finger through the person's whole symbol without looking, then you could punch them twice. instead of them
Oh,
punching
that's like
you.
okay.
Yeah, it's such an innocent game to get co-opted. Now it's like dog whistling if you do it, even like ironically.
Yeah,
It
it's
still happens in my office, like in corporate America.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. You can't take away a jet. It's like taking away hello. Oh, he said hello instead of hi. That's so racist.
Yeah. I'm talking about you, Frankie.
well, yeah, it's just I don't know, it's silly. Like I guess if people want to, it's a symbol, whatever.
We missed some comments before I put them on the screen. I want to give a shout out to Ange Kerfoot, who's our news correspondent that found a lot of these articles and does every week. Also, shout out to Michael Duber. Dude, you guys got to check out Duber's show. Just go to the schedule page,
Uber, what's up?
radiovegas.rocks, and look for the red highlighted live shows. There's a ton of great ones.
Nice.
Duber among them.
Mm-hmm.
And, or just,
Super cool dude, man.
Google is Facebook, and toss him a like because it's one of
Google
my
his
favorite.
Facebook.
Yeah, send him a fax, shoot him an alphanumeric text.
Just don't Facebook his Google.
I almost said that, you noticed. Shout out to Roy, Jordan Hollow in the chat. Anyway, so on to our next symbol.
Yeah.
right?
So number 3, this is bullshit because this is devil's horns.
That's
Dude, come
Rodney
on, man.
James Dio.
I'm surprised that
Yeah,
this could be
you're telling
Illuminati
me
related.
fucking Dio is in the Illuminati. Go get the fuck out
They're
of here,
letting
man.
everybody in, man.
Yeah, everyone's in, man. Like, Dio would have pissed on the Illuminati. That's
I
how
love
feel about
this Ronald Reagan, but I guess it's a Texas thing a lot. These people are Texan.
that. Like the Longhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino, get the out of here, man. Tarantino's too crazy to be in the Illuminati.
Doesn't
man.
he look really goofy doing it? He looks like someone's like
Who's not
out-of-touch
sure? He's
dad.
like, is this how you do it? I'm not sure. This is what you're showing me, right? Right, Jizza? This is what.
I think people just get into like hand motions that they do all
Yeah.
the time. Like people that doing peace symbols in their pictures. Like I used to do a hang loose all the time.
Yeah.
It never stopped until I left California. But now I
Right.
look back and I'm like, God dang, I was doing that a lot.
Right. It's like, yeah. I do that
Something
too
to do with your
sometimes. Just
hands
I'm
for
like,
friendliness.
if I'm like in passing and just want to respond to someone, I'm just like, yep.
In case you want a photo bomb.
Yeah.
I got a bad habit of saluting, which is really rude and sarcastic sometimes. You do it wrong. Like you salute like a teller checking out your groceries or something, or like a random old person. That's really
There's different kinds of salutes. So like one salute is like, the American or whatever you see with most countries. But there's also the salute that goes out like this. And as I understand it, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but they say that countries that have lost major wars, that's how they have to salute to show that they have no arms and they have no like aggressive ways about
Yeah, they're
them.
like, hey, not, yep.
so we got to
Ain't
salute that way.
ain't
that
hide no
means.
weapons. Yeah.
So
That's interesting.
America should salute that way, I guess. I love how Quentin Tarantino looks like he's someone you're supposed to take so seriously, and is such a cool dude, yet looks like an out of touch dad so often.
I don't know. He looks kind of young.
Have
there.
you, like
He
those Quentin
those young
Tarantino?
out-of-touch
Have you
dads.
seen those Quentin Tarantino memes? So like when you stay over at a friend's house and you wake up way earlier than everyone else, and they're still asleep, and he's just looking at stuff in the house, but he just looks like so despondent about it. Like, what am I doing here? It's Quentin Tarantino. All right, symbol number 4 is the hidden eye, also known as the all-seeing eye, eye of Lucifer, hidden eye of Lucifer, eye of Horus, which is pretty much just someone covering their eye.
Never knew this was a thing.
Neither did I.
So amazed so many celebs are doing it. Bono's doing it almost aggressively. Yeah, look at Bono. He's
Dude,
like
yeah.
staring you down while doing it.
Because that's just, man, that's fuck Bono, man. I'm tired of that dude.
They all just look like they have really bad migraines.
I know, right? Like, except Bono, he's trying to make a point about it.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to.
Like everything's got to
Everything
be.
he does.
Everything's got to be a fucking point with this guy.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like do shit.
Chin
Gotta be-
down, looking at you above the rim of his glasses that he's not wearing. But it's that same head position when you look at someone
Looking
above the
down
top
your
of your
nose.
glasses.
Looking down your
Oh
nose.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally it. So and then Lady Gaga looks like she's mocking him next to him. She's
Right.
like got her mouth open like
She's
it's
like
a fun
fucking
thing.
Bono. And the Aldous Huxley.
He's not
Dude,
doing
come on.
that. He's just got his head in his hands with
Yeah.
sadness.
That guy gets migraines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's not
Since he
doing
was
the symbol.
born.
He's just migrating
Fucking
him out.
A.
Miley Cyrus is just showing off her hand jewelry. That's all that's going on there.
Do you like my ring?
These are people. Nicki Minaj looks like she genuinely injured her eye in that moment.
Look,
Truly.
None of these people are doing the symbol on purpose except
No,
Bono.
no. That's what's great about it.
Kesha is. Kesha's like stink eyeing too. She's like Bono Jr. over here.
Maybe Michael is like that the South Park episode when like his nose fell off. Maybe like part of his eye, and he's like, "Oh, I can't do the shoot today, but I'll cover it up."
Yeah, he's holding part of his face on.
Hell yeah. All right.
Only Eminem has escaped ridicule in doing this because he doesn't look like he's doing it on
Well,
purpose
because
either.
he looks freaking crazy in that other eye. He looks like he's about to explode.
Yeah, it's like his regular crazy
He's
eye.
good
Yeah.
at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect him for that.
Oh, I love him to death. But in this picture, it looks like they just caught him wiping some sweat, and he wasn't doing anything. Like, look,
Yeah.
Illuminati, Eminem. He's in the
Yeah.
Illuminati. I caught it.
Right. No. If you,
Oop.
well, it's
Yeah.
like those like YouTube videos where they'll show like a recording of like a political leader. I remember there was one of George W. Bush back in the day. Where they're like, all right, if you slow down the video and zoom in on his eyes, you can see after he blinks, there's another blink, another sideways blink. That's how you know he's a fucking lizard person.
Lizard people.
And it's like it's so far away and,
Like a
and the
cat.
quality's so bad
Yeah.
that you're like, you can't no, get out of here.
Like that's an MPEG artifact. That's not
Right,
an eyelid. Yeah.
It's just like a glare that happens after he blinks and and his pupils like dilate again or something. It's fucking so dumb.
Man, this list is fun. I'm glad we're celebrating
yeah.
together.
All right, this handshake, the Masonic handshake. I guess there's multiple of them,
That's what we talked about.
but I like if you go through the process, if you just start at the top left and go down, jump to the top right, and then at the end on the bottom right you end up thumb wrestling. That's like the result of a Masonic handshake is you have to end with a thumb wrestle.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you got to both be dominant. You gotta-
For
Yeah,
our,
right.
for our audio people that can't see this, I think our description can honestly be even funnier than this picture. Because this thumb wrestle picture, it looks like the tips of the thumb are just kissing.
Yeah.
Like imagine like you shake someone, you grasp like this, and then just boop.
Yeah. Is that actually a Masonic handshake? I hope so.
Wait, can
Good
we
Lord.
do number one? I want to be the dude on the left though, because check this out. It's like, hey buddy, and then just like give a little rub. What is this?
The
like,
top- the top
yeah, you
knuckle
keep
I'm
rub?
the
gonna
two
find this
fingers.
knuckle and just give it a little
Dude,
rub.
you know that index finger is in the hand. You know when
Oh,
back
no,
in the
yeah,
day,
Oh,
just
giving
like
the
this,
pinch.
yeah.
Oh.
it's like
No,
trying to.
like
Creepy.
it's like I get your hand like this, like I'm asking you to marry me, and there's a little thumb on the knuckle.
Oh,
Petting
my-
going
That's-
on there.
That's
Dude,
really
These
Very-
are
erotic.
silly.
Very awkward. Yes, it's a little awkward.
I didn't know
So is a
masonry
lot
had
of these
this.
weird old things. That is really weird, but you know, thank God it's gone.
This person, look at this bottom left. Oh, it's Jay-Z and Nas. Nas is like messing up Jay-Z's hand. Looks like he's hurting him.
Yeah, that could just be like a normal
Yeah, that,
What's
that
up,
person
like
that comes up
crazy
to you and
handshake.
squeezes too hard before you
Yeah.
get a chance to like meet at the like thumb. Yeah, and then
yeah,
goes to
because
your
there's always
index
those
fingers.
dudes who try to like assert dominance and they're just like give everyone the way too intense handshake and it's like, come on, dude.
That's
It's
it.
true.
Or is that Jay-Z like messing up Nas? It looks like he's
I
really.
think he's tickling his palm. I think he's
Oh.
coming onto him.
Give him the
That's
little
it.
palm tickle.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
I'm happy
That's
for
an
them.
indicator of interest.
All right, then we
Good
got
for them.
then we got the six oh yeah, number 6, the Nazi salute.
We could just
Come
skip
on.
that one. That's no fun.
Yeah, we're tired of that.
But like,
It's
look at
just annoying.
Obama doing it. It's not a.
It's like anytime someone ever held their hand out for any reason.
Yeah.
Like even the Arnold Schwarzenegger, like that's a fucking fitness pose, dude, that he's
Yeah.
doing. And like, okay, his hand's flat. Like he's not doing. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Sometimes
real.
you just want to simulate an airplane flying off into the. I almost did it. Flying off into the horizon dramatically, and you don't hold the
If you
airplane
do
like
it
this.
sideways, does it count? Does it gotta go
Yeah,
up
that's
to
like
be
the
bad?
hey-oh. If you do a hey-oh, and then you pause
'Cause there's-
awkwardly.
You know, the priest at the church baptizing the people and stuff. He's doing
Yeah.
that. That's terrifying.
Right.
Man, you know.
Dude, all right, these are starting to get ridiculous now. All right, number 7, the hidden hand. When like, okay, so if you have like a dress shirt on with buttons, and you slide a hand inside the buttons or inside like a coat or something.
Yeah, like your hand's cold.
Yeah. Oh man.
That feels good too, even if your hand
So
isn't cold.
so fucking nefarious.
You can just grab. You know that the ripple underneath your breast. You can grab a hold of it for comfort. And
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah. It's just like
keep
yeah.
yourself content with it. Sometimes I just want to just
hug
keep a hold on
yourself.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's like, oh, that little ripple there is my buddy. I just want to hold it for safety.
That's
I
terrifying.
got a little
Yeah,
hand
some
grip
of these
there.
okay.
Maybe they're just holding on to guns and they're just all packing.
Oh, it
right?
looks like it though.
Like, yo, I'm packing. Don't mess with
Right?
me.
Like look at all these pictures, all these like paintings of
Definitely Napoleon's packing.
yeah, he's like reaching for a gun.
Yeah.
And then Joseph Stalin, of course, he's reaching for a fucking gun.
That's not a wallet in there.
Why does
No.
he look so friendly? Doesn't he look like he'd really be a cool dude?
Stalin? Oh yeah,
I know
totally.
he's not, but I mean the look is really deceiving on him.
Yeah, that's because he's gonna like shoot you while having that
That's
same
part
look
of
on his face.
charisma that got all his
Yeah.
followers back during the
This one's really similar to the next one.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
Why is GW here looking so content?
Hand over heart, because
Did he
he's
fall asleep?
standing up like he was like, oh, we were reciting the Pledge of Allegiance or something. I think.
This priest is like unhappy with his smug face in this picture.
Yeah, it's really odd.
This
You're
is such a
supposed to
picture.
close your
But, like,
eyes
come
when
on.
you're talking to God.
Right?
I'm having
And I
too much
like
fun with this.
watercolors.
Yeah, doesn't he like just paint like cats or some shit now?
I think so. I think he's doing watercolors.
I think it's landscapes and I think it's oils, unless he switched to
oh,
watercolors.
maybe. I don't know.
You know, I'm not up to date. I think
Either way, he's doing art.
he had his oil time. Maybe he's doing watercolors
He's
now.
not hurting anyone.
You
This is a
guys
good
check
thing.
it out. Yeah, report back on what Bush is painting now. Well, check ties with
The
each
world
other.
wants to know.
Yeah.
Where's his next show?
Bushwatch.
Fox News.
And then, all right, number 9, V for victory, which is peace sign. Could also be a peace sign. They have some weird, the sign of Pan, the horned god.
Now, when you turn it backwards,
That's what this is supposed to be too. Yeah, what's the backwards?
that means piss off.
oh,
In
really?
the UK, yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Nice. I like that. All right.
I just got back. No one did
Nice.
that to me, so
What
that's
if
good.
what if you do it like upside down?
Then you're
That's
probably
even
doing a
more
little
like-
walking man for your
That's it.
Yeah.
pets. I don't know.
Well, this
Alright.
is P in sign language. Hilariously enough, with the wiener and the leg split time, when you put your thumb between the crotch of your
All right.
upside down V for victory.
Talk to my deaf friend. I'm going to
Yeah.
the... Yeah. I don't
That's
know how
P.
to say go, but yeah.
That's the one.
And then
thing
they
I
have
know.
pictures. I mean, you could have any pictures here because literally every single human being, except for fucking babies, has done a peace sign
And don't
Oh,
at
forget
yeah.
some
Mickey
point in their
Mouse.
life.
Don't forget Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. In a photo. All right. Every single human being who has ever taken a photo has at least done a peace sign at one time.
And so all these tie back to the Illuminati, according to this
Supposedly,
article? Wow.
doing a
that's,
peace sign in photos though makes me feel like a Hirajuku girl.
Right.
That's why I do it. I'm all
Oh,
about that
dear.
Hirajuku girls.
Definitive.
Come on, man. And then the last one, which I had never heard of, is the grand hailing sign of distress, or the Masonic cry of distress, or just the hailing sign of distress without the grand.
No celeb pictures for this one.
Yeah, because no one's ever done this unless you're
We
getting
got to, dude.
unless you're getting a gun pointed at
That's your
you,
freaking mime.
and they're
Okay.
like, put your hands up.
Droplets. We got one. We got our own. There aren't any clubs. We aren't any celebs claiming this one.
Nope.
So what it is for the audio people?
It's right angles, boys.
Your hands are up, and your elbows are out, and you're making 2 right angles.
Yep.
And it means wubba lubba dub dub. Help me, I'm in great pain. Or the grand hailing sign of distress is the technical term.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it's wubba lubba dub dub.
It feels good on the shoulder blades.
It does, yeah. You can expand that. Yep. Pull your arms back a little bit, stretch the chest, open it up. Yeah, man.
This would make it so you don't need shoulder pads.
So I wonder if like the Illuminati are just really like a secret exercise club. That's where they're trying to get everyone to stretch, doing all these, you know.
Huh?
signs. You
Yeah,
know?
they're just
It's like-
stretching.
Or they may just
That's
have
what it
hand
is.
fetishes, you know?
yeah, they could just have a yeah.
So, if any of you droplets give us any of these signs, but particular number 10, the grand hailing sign of distress, also known as Wubba Lubba Dub Dub,
Oh,
you'll get a prize. We'll totally hook you up with a sponsor item of some kind.
absolutely.
Or a sticker or some shit. I don't
What
know.
he said.
High
I
five.
agree. Yep.
High
We're-
five, which that's another one probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
instant.
say if you like see us out in the open,
double
but
high five.
this is like an introvert show. You're not going to see us out in public. So if we interact on the internet one way or another, get a picture of yourself doing this sign near a local landmark and send it in, and
That
we'll
would
share
be
it.
so worth it.
Yeah, we'll have an interactive moment.
I would do that if I
Right?
could get something mailed out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some hailing signs of distress near some landmarks in your area.
Scary landmarks
In front of
Send it
groups
in.
of people.
Scary, yeah, that's right.
In restaurants, anywhere you want.
Oh, I almost
That's
forgot.
right.
Scary landmarks.
Haunted. All right, that was fun, man.
That was fun.
I like the Illuminati. You know, everyone talks shit about them, but they're all right in my book, all right?
I'm sure I'm down with one or two of the Illuminatis.
Yeah, at least. Well, like apparently every actor, every famous musician, they're all Illuminati, man.
So
I
it's
definitely
like
pretend to be.
Scientology? Is that what you're saying?
Now, Scientology you have to spend money on. I've been Illuminati for days and not spending anything. I mean, like that long kind of day. Like, I've been pretending to be in the Illuminati for a minute.
Yeah.
You can't prove that I'm not.
I mean, it's been like probably 3.5 days, but it feels like 5,
I bought the ring. I'm in the club.
right?
We're selling rings too, by the way. If you want an Illuminati ring, go to greasyconversation.com/merch and pick one up today.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's actually shaped like a T-shirt. But rest assured, if you want to wear it around your finger, it's definitely a powerful ring.
Nice.
It's a body ring.
Yeah.
That's what-
It's a ring for your body.
Well, actually, if you just cut off the top and the bottom,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't.
you
Yep.
have a tube top. I mean, tube tops are underrated.
Right?
And it's very ring-like. It's just, you know,
You can use the bottom part for a belt later.
dude, I'm loving it. All right.
All right. Merch. That was fun.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump into let's jump into these people.
Let's jump into these people.
All right. So, you know, instead of checking your bank balance and deciding if, you know, you're going to get a tall boy or like one Roberto's rolled taco, you know, until you get paid again, imagine waking up and then there's just 120 grand deposited in your bank account. All right, what are you going to do?
I hate when that happens.
You know, no one you know deposited 120 grand in your bank account. All right, you ain't got no family that's just going to do that on a whim without telling you. All right, so obviously it's a bank error. So this couple wakes up and they find an extra 120 grand in their bank account. All right, obviously it's a bank error. Obviously. What would you do? Would you call the bank right away and be like, what's up with this? Because I know I didn't deposit it unless I got really drunk and just had an amazing run at the blackjack tables, which I would never do. So what's the deal? Right? These people know. They just started spending the money.
Sure.
They spent about 100 grand in 2.5 weeks.
Dang, it took 2.5 weeks before they're even like tracked down.
That's impressive.
Apparently, yeah. Which I'm learning that banks aren't really like that up. And I think like major companies, like it's an illusion. They're just filled with a bunch of people who are slacking off, trying to do the bare minimum to get by and still get paid, man.
Well, there's so many laws that protect banking time that I'd be afraid that by keeping it or even spending it that I'd be liable somehow
Yeah.
Oh,
for
no.
knowing that I didn't put it in there.
And they were, because when it was found out, then they had to repay it, and they were actually charged with theft.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
knew
let's
it.
let's remember this very important lesson. There will never, ever be a banking error in your favor.
No.
I have actually been in that exact situation.
Really?
Where you
How
just had
much
money
money?
deposited.
So my dad got me my social security number very early because he's a business-minded man, and apparently the last digit on my social security got changed when I was 12.
Oh, weird.
Or
How does that even happen?
I don't know, but what happened was I had a bank account with Norwest Bank. You remember Norwest Bank before it got eaten up, and somehow one day when online banking was like the new thing back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I got access to some girl's account. And it had $1,500 in it. And I was like 19. I was like, wow. And I was like, I thought about it like different ways. How am I going to get it out? Should I even try? And I didn't touch it. And they figured it out eventually. Maybe I called tech support. It was like 20 years ago. But yeah, don't do that.
Gnarly.
And it does happen, like usually not with like $120,000 usually, but yeah. I mean, it has happened. Like it's fairly common with like $1,000 or that type. Like probably a direct deposit, just like a number transposed from a teller, and it's like, oh.
Hate when that happens.
Oh man! Shout out from Erica.
Woo, my baby girl, my lady, my domestic partner, partner in crime, yo.
Dude, just don't fuck with banks, man.
True that.
True that. So, next, behold.
Oh.
Yeah, that gives us some fun time to decide what the next thing is with some suspense.
I think I got it. All right, this is.
I know you got it.
I think this has been like an ongoing conversation for a while. I remember hearing this. I mean, even when I was maybe in high school, maybe younger, but women being able to go topless in public, right? It comes and goes as an issue,
Oh, I don't think I can go to this article on Twitch.
No,
Can you tell if there's nips? Can you do a
It's
nip
Fox
check?
there's no
Vegas.
nips. Yeah, it's a news. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
news
it's a
article.
news-
They aren't going to
yeah.
show any nips on a. I mean, women can go
TV
topless, but
station.
it's still a news article. They aren't going to show nips on
Still
news.
Alright.
FCC
I
regulated.
don't know how these lines are drawn, because there's no FCC for the internet.
And how many states does it
So how
say?
about my
6.
scrolling?
Oh wow.
So
Or-
6 states got loose tits now.
Yeah,
Wow.
so they basically removed
Hooray to
whatever the
boobies.
statute was that removed that, and like it legit. Who cares, man?
I'm
Like,
excited about the
honestly.
comfort. Everyone's gonna be
Yeah,
more comfortable and chill and not sweating and itching their chest.
dude.
and
Because
stuff.
let's all be honest, right? Clothes are fucking bullshit. All right,
It's
some
true.
are comfortable, but a lot of clothes are bullshit, and a lot of clothes we have to wear, like professional attire. It's all bullshit. No one cares anymore. We're all tired of doing it. But it's just like a tradition where people are like, hey, that's just how it's always been done.
Some people, it's nice to hold the smell in though.
Very true. Very true.
But then again, if they had a breeze, maybe that smell would like evaporate away.
Ah,
Yeah, I
everybody.
I'm just saying. I just know I look better without a shirt on.
Really? I look profoundly better with a shirt on. I'm counting on that shirt look.
Yeah.
I think it's the tan from living at a house with a pool.
I don't want to push it on other people though. I'm not going to make other people live under my shirt tyranny.
Yeah.
That's what I'm against.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to be able to celebrate the bod, any kind of bod.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So
I'm
these,
taking my shoes off because you said that.
so the 6 states that have jumped on board so far
You
are all
like
kind of
it.
surprising because a few of them seem like really conservative states, but it's Wyoming, Utah, which is I think that was like the spearhead, and that is really surprising to me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Colorado, which you're like, oh yeah, okay,
Of
of course, they just like decriminalized mushrooms, so yeah, they're like whatever the fuck you want to do, man.
And that's for therapy for depression. Yeah. Apparently that's a thing now.
Thank
If you
goodness.
get
'cause
small
dude.
doses and let them talk about their problems, they might actually be happier than sucking it
That
in. And bubbling it
dude,
up.
that ketamine and MDMA are like really effective psychological treatments for certain conditions like
Ketamine?
PTSD.
That's what my cat told me. Totally.
Yeah.
And people are starting to wake up to the fact that just like any other drug, especially psych medications, all 3 of these are not for everybody. And one person might have a horrible reaction to one and be totally saved by the other. And that doesn't mean that one is good and one is bad for everyone.
And that's why they're supposed to take it with therapists.
Yeah.
And just because something is bad for some people doesn't mean that it should be banned outright, or it wouldn't have any peanuts.
Speaking of bans, did you hear what happened in India recently about the
No.
vapes? They have banned the manufacture or sale of it, but it's still legal to smoke and have them. It's
Oh
like this
no!
weird
So now
hypocrisy.
it's all black market
Dude.
stuff that'll kill people worse.
Have a little
Oh,
more
man.
Instead of
vitamin E.
figuring out
This
what
whole-
chemical is hurting people, we'll just ban them outright. So all the hurting people chemicals can be on the black market, no problem. That's
Right.
the best way to do it. We'll just not regulate and imprison people that are going to do it anyway. That's half-assed and perfect.
Yeah, because like when I started reading it, at first I thought it was like nicotine vapes, but it turns out it's black market weed vapes, because people are selling, they're putting in thickeners and thinners.
You're
that
talking
have
about in
issues.
India, right?
No, in
here.
America
Oh,
too.
here, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
been like 8
And
or
those
9
are the
deaths in
problem right there,
America.
yeah.
And another vitamin E acetate is like a very particular one, because after you inhale it, it actually turns into a gel inside your lungs.
Yeah,
and
it
fucks up your
reliquefies.
lungs.
Yeah, but
So we ban that. We don't ban the whole thing.
yeah, the thing is, like here in Nevada, we're so blessed because our dispensaries have strict regulations where anything before it hits the shop has to be tested in a lab. That's why you
Yeah.
get that nice label, like the food label, so you know how it's gonna affect you.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
But like, I know that anything I get from a local dispensary here on
Yeah.
a vape is gonna be safe. But I talk
For
to
sure.
like some of my old friend folks and whatnot, and they're like, "Those vapes are killing people."
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, which ones? That's the issue.
Exactly.
Well-
Buy from a reputable resource, and you'll be just
Yeah,
fine.
that's what it is. It's like black
Yeah.
market stuff, and it's like if it was just federally legal and regulated, that's gonna do more to stop
Yeah.
it than banning it. When has banning shit ever stopped anyone from doing that?
Why don't we
It, like,
require
does it.
testing like we do with food?
Yeah,
You know, Well,
It's-
yeah,
it's
that'd be a lot
insane to me.
easier.
We don't have people going blind from purchasing alcohol anymore.
It's true,
Right.
That's true.
So, and this is why.
As
there's
much
not
as
lead,
we love
there's
grain
not lead
alcohol.
paint, not lead paint in little kids' toys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we haven't just given up on painting things. We didn't all
Yeah.
stop driving because some tall SUVs used to fall over.
Right. It's just like the
Although we put 4 wheels on ATVs.
Yeah, thank goodness for that too. Those 3-wheelers were just tumbling everybody. That was like a thing. Like
Yeah.
your friend would get one, you'd be like, "Oh man, I can't be too good of friends with you because you're gonna like
Kill
be
me.
in a
Am I
wheelchair
gonna
next
die
month,
now?
and then I'll have to deal with this wheelchair friend."
like who wants to ride? Yes, I'd like to volunteer to die, please.
Not that wheelchair friends can't be enjoyable people.
True that, but no one wants an accident that can be avoided.
Yeah.
Very true.
Not trying to spread that
trips me out
wheelchair
like
hate.
it trips me out the political reaction to the vape thing because it's been like 8 deaths, which is tragic. Like people shouldn't die from stupid shit, obviously, but at the same time, like it's such a small fragment of the population, and then all the politicians immediately talk about banning vapes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, do you,
Was
first of
this
all, you-
planned? Did you make this happen? Politicians.
yeah, I'm like, you guys don't know shit
Yeah,
about
sneak
shit.
some in there.
All right, I've watched your congressional hearings. You guys don't know shit about anything, man.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking just
In this country especially, it shouldn't be the first reaction, just take something away.
no.
The knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane to me, man. But it's yeah.
So we did that with stem cells. Oh, they come from dead babies. Take those away. Meanwhile, there was every other country had a 10-year lead on us.
Oh,
on
but now we figured out how to make stem cells from non-baby cells. Oh, wow.
still
Okay.
banned for another 2 or 3 more years. What was
Right.
that? Yeah, and so people
play God.
we can't sell these expensive knee surgeries when an injection would totally fix it now.
Dude, yeah, I remember reading articles like back in the day when that was a huge issue. And this one guy who was doing work with stem cells, he's like, man, we can like restore blood flow to necrotic tissue. He's like, there's going to be a point in the future when they look back on our time and they're like, oh shit, they used to amputate limbs? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
it's like, we can do that now with stem cells. Like, but because of laws and regulations, we can't.
So I worked on a charity actually where we it was called the Veterans Medical Assistance Foundation. And what we did is we raised money for grants for people who needed treatments that the VA would not cover.
Oh, okay. That's
And
nice.
so we had one fella who got basically messed up by Agent Orange, which caused his heart to start to deteriorate. And so what we did was we did a bunch of fundraisers to raise money to send him to Russia for stem cell treatment.
Nice.
And like literally 6 months to a year later, he's doing like full triathlons.
What?
And he was a triathlete before, mind you. That's like my other life. You don't know that part. I'm gonna have another sip of this beer. But yeah, he's legendary. But that's the thing is like it works.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And it does amazing, like almost miraculous things. And you know, hope, but you know, God will piss on you or something. Who knows? I don't know.
We'll evolve. Hopefully.
It'll rain frogs, and we'll all die from that.
I'm skeptical about that, but you know.
Yeah, we go back to the Idiocracy. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Documentary.
Oh, Thomas brings up a good point that tobacco in general is just like nicotine is not tobacco, and tobacco is not nicotine.
Yeah.
Tobacco is a big problem. Nicotine isn't necessarily.
Yeah, totally.
Well, India, I guess we were talking about that earlier. They have more smokers per capita than China.
Yeah, and they're going to be
second
even
highest
more
in
with
the
no
world.
alternative.
And then, yeah, you can't have your vapes.
Yeah, you can't. It's infinitely safer than smoking. Even if it's done badly and full of harmful chemicals, you're better off than smoking.
Yeah.
There's no harmful chemicals in that.
Dude, what's trippy is because it's been a while since cigarettes have really like been in the public
Headlines.
eye,
Yeah.
as opposed to like vaping, because vaping is just the new thing. That I've seen people post like text conversations with their parents, you know, and they're like 19, 20, and they're like, "Oh, you got to stop vaping. Like, if you want nicotine, just smoke cigarettes."
Huh?
And it's like, what?
That's the
Did you
new
fucking
reaction
forget?
to the news?
Yeah, and it's not like super common, but it happens, and it's like people's memories
Wow.
are too short, man. It's
That's
like
so gross.
just, yo, you don't remember when like,
Why don't you just start dipping, honey? You'll be just fine.
Yeah, you'll
Right,
get a hole
yeah.
in your face.
man, just crazy.
Hey, I think it's time
It is time.
to pay some Bob Thorntons.
Yeah, we gotta
Oh,
pay them. Gotta pay them Billy Bobs.
If I were to get a hold of your smartphone there and somehow guess your passcode and open things up, of course, the first thing I would do would be to scroll through your photos. We want to see what's going on there. Then I would look through your history, just to get a better idea of who I'm dealing with. And then I would check your calendar to make sure you're planning on joining me live in Las Vegas for the first ever Host with the Most podcast live broadcast. I want to thank Jay and everybody at RadioVegas.rocks for helping me set this up. It's going to be a party, man, and it's happening at the Golden Tiki in Las Vegas. The Golden Tiki is located at 3939 Spring Mountain Road. If you've been there before, you know this is the perfect place. I'm going to have some of my special Vegas performer friends stopping by, prizes you can win, and I want you to hop on the microphone with me. Let's get to know each other. Let's make it a party. The Golden Tiki in Las Vegas, Thursday, October 3rd from 2 to 4 p.m., our first ever live broadcast with the Host with the Most podcast. It is common knowledge that Radio Vegas rocks, right? Of course it rocks. That's why you tune in all the time. Great music, great shows, great personalities. But did you also know that Radio Vegas.rocks also turns you on to great books? Like my books, Life in the Bonus Round, and The Host with the Most, Tales of a Tattooed Television Personality. I love sharing these stories with you here, these shows with you here on Radio Vegas.rocks. And I'd love for you to get to know more about me so that we can, in effect, know more about one another. My books are available on the merchandise page of my website, toddnewtononline.com. They are also available over on Amazon. Heck, they're even available in audiobook form. You can't beat it. I love the process of writing. I love the process of sharing and storytelling. That's what this show is all about. So please order your copy of Life in the Bonus Round or The Host with the Most today. 100% of the proceeds benefit charities. 100%. I don't keep a single penny. You and I, we're doing good things.
Hey, Radio Vegas Rocks listeners, it's your favorite troublemaker, Sober Sal from the Not Playing Stupid podcast. I'm headed to Summer Meltdown this weekend to partay. And do you think this degenerate has time to sober up or take a shower to that 4-day music festival? No, ain't gonna happen. The cool thing's I don't need to. I got dude wipes. Dude wipes aren't your typical ass wipes. Dude wipes are made from plant-based fibers and are actually certified as flushable. Not only are dude wipes alcohol fragrance free, they're also lined with aloe and vitamin E to ensure your anus isn't so heinous. So go to dudeproducts.com and use checkout code SHARTWEEK and you'll receive additional 15% off your entire order. Someone has to take care of your ass. It might as well be you.
Come on, dude, take it to the hole.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. That's 800-709-4389.
Let's face it, every once in a while, we all need a little help. A call to the bullpen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a product for you. Rick Knucklecock here to tell you about an exciting new product called Spunk Lube. Yes, Spunk Lube, the all-water soluble lubricant that'll help you perform in the bedroom. Yes, Spunk Lube. You can use it to loosen pickle jars. Play a game of Hide the Pickle. Hide the pickle. Use it to grease your ball bearings. Do you have a squeaky back door? Squeaky door. Need to glaze a ham? Or how about frost a donut? Frosted donut. Yes, Spunk Lube. And boy, do I have an offer for you. If you call now and mention RadioVegas.rocks and order 3 jars of Spunk Lube, you get 2 for free. They often say 2's a crowd, but 3's a party. Spunk Lube. Visit us at spunklube.com.
That's the sound most people make when they leave Pinches Tacos. Why is that? Because Pinches Tacos prides themselves in making every location unique, but give every location the same feel. I'm not talking cookie cutters like those big chain restaurants. They blend into your neighborhood and create a place you want to call your second home. Their doors are always open. Well, at least until 11 o'clock. Their mission is simple. They provide you the best taco experience by using high quality meats and seafood, fresh garden vegetables, handmade tortillas, and high quality artisan breads. They could have made it complicated, but they chose not to. Why? Because they found through experience that keeping things simple is a good recipe for success and happiness. It's also a good recipe for a pretty tasty Pinches taco.
According to Spanish language Stack Exchange, we always use it as an insult enhancer and can turn almost any curse word into a really rude one. Pinche pendejo, pendeja equals asshole.
Now they have 6 locations, 2 right here in Las Vegas. Come in, find out why we love them so much. Check them out on Facebook or visit the website, pinchestacos.com, for a location nearest you.
Do you fear the dark? Do you fear the light? Are you afraid of what you've seen? Are you afraid of what you can't see?
What responses, you say you're testing it at the house, what responses did you get when you were testing it?
I mean, I've heard my full name, Chris's name, just direct replies to questions and stuff.
On World Ghost Radio, the paranormal, the spirits, the unexplainable, with your host Rocky on World Ghost Radio.
Yeah, we gotta tell Roy about that World Ghost show. He'll dig it. Shout out to Roy.
Shout out to the Royce.
Roy Thomas, another local artist.
A legend and a great roommate.
Yeah. Love ourselves some Roy. Anyway, let's remind you once again that you're listening to Greasy Conversation.
Greasy Conversation.
On RadioVegas.rocks. That's what you holler at the people we just spoke to you about in our little Bob Thornton break. But now we've got another dramatic moment. This time, this guy was cleaning a vintage synthesizer, a Buchla. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Buchla?
Buchla?
I was thinking Buchla.
Buchla. It's one of those words I've read a lot of times because I love synthesizers and the history of synths. And this person was one of the OGs creating machines that would make music. This one didn't even have a keyboard. It was just knobs you turned to make sound effects, basically. And Keezy counterculture novelist Ken Kesey had an immense collection of these things. He'd do LSD and make crazy sounds. And there was this legend that sound engineers back in this time would like bless the music by like rubbing LSD into their fingers and into the sliders and stuff.
Oh.
So this engineer was cleaning a vintage synthesizer and he started tripping.
Where's your latex gloves?
Well, he said he was like cleaning all this like crust or a crystalline substance off, but it just started dissolving in his hand.
Yeah.
And usually you would think like, because this is an old synthesizer from the 60s, you would think that like LSD wouldn't hold that long, like it wouldn't keep its potency.
Yeah, I would have assumed that was semen.
Oh,
right? I would have too.
Maybe LSD is the mothballs of these guys to like when they put
Right.
stuff in storage.
Oh,
That's
man.
the thing though, because it was kept in like a dark temperature controlled place,
It
the
did
LSD
evaporate, yeah.
kept a lot of its potency. So as he's like cleaning this and it's just dissolving in his hands and then he just starts tripping.
Oh, I'm sure it was fermenting. Like,
Dude,
it was getting
plus-
stronger.
Plus, like, it was probably just, like, pure LSD crystal from back in the day. Like, we don't have, like, LSD today is not like it was in the 60s.
No.
Like, we get diluted shit, or we get, like, N-Bome and all that,
Some
all these other,
chemistry
like...
college dropout here. I gotta make ends meet, man.
Yeah, it's close enough to LSD, you know?
It's some kind of trip.
Right? But I've never been, like, unintentionally dosed. And I don't think I would probably accept it and just roll with it.
Appreciate it.
But I would be irritated at first to be like, you motherfuckers. I'm like, okay, I guess
Why
I
are you
have
planning my day for me.
I have to enjoy it now, but I'm gonna be really resentful about that enjoyment. You know?
Well, back in the day, they used to run around with squirt guns full of it. They'd do squirt guns full of it, and actually,
Yeah, just squirt people,
Yeah.
man, dosing everyone. Well, because
That's
back then
twisted.
they were like, this is the doorway. This is how we're gonna change society. Because it's like,
They didn't know how it would bring things out of people that are barely white knuckling things together.
yeah, right. There's some people who should not take psychedelics, just hands down.
No, it'll
True
just
that.
open the gateway
Most
to
of
the
the people
inner...
wandering the streets of my neighborhood, actually.
Oh, yeah. Some of them, though, it might pop them out of where they're
And
at.
it's like,
That is true.
yeah, but they're still buying it, so nice.
Because they're getting cheaper stuff. It's easier to get a hold of than LSD. And that's where the paranoid stuff sets in.
Oh, yeah.
Stimulants.
The gack-a-lackers. Gack attack.
That word sounds like they look.
Gack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a buddy
Gacked
from
out.
Kingman,
Yep.
Arizona, and he would always call it wigman because everyone was all wigged out on gack. And the thing is like he would joke about how everyone and their mother was on gack. But now that whole area is super developed. We had one friend who used to hang out with us. We called him Gacky Gleason because he was so gacked out all the time.
Oh man.
But I hear that neighborhood's coming up. So
Yeah,
you know,
nice,
Kingman.
nice.
Do you guys remember Nickelodeon gack? Is that where that comes from? You'd buy it at the store and it was like goop and you'd
Maybe.
gack each other?
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question.
It was one of my favorite toys. It was like slime. Oh no, there was slime and there was gack and there was phloem.
Wow.
Phloem was just all the other two mixed with like styrofoam balls. And it would go.
I
it would make
remember the
phloemy
flow.
sound.
That
Remember
was
phloem?
a thing. That was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring you all my slime balls that I got from the Black Hat convention. They have a bunch of them out
Just
there.
like things,
Yeah.
and it's a slime you pull out and you
Oh,
play
yeah.
with the slime.
Then it doesn't really stick to anything, but it's definitely very
Yeah,
slimy.
but you get a
You'll
slime
enjoy
experience.
It,
I love those.
man. It's in my swag drawer in the kitchen. I'll get you.
Yeah,
come
you
out
guys,
this weekend.
slime hookup. you witnessed it here. Yeah, so this is a synthesizer like that. This is one of Ken Kesey's. Anyway, fun story. This
Yeah.
is his, the wife of the engineer talking about how her husband's now connected to America's counterculture history more than any other. Experiencing it firsthand.
Did that time travel counterculture thing, man?
Wow.
Like,
She
that would-
likes it. She's like,
She
wow.
looks like she's had her fair share.
Well, it literally reports that she finds it quite enjoyable.
She's
Yeah.
super laid back. Yeah.
He
Yeah, that's
wore
always
gloves
good.
to finish repairing the machine like a wussy. I say you buy the ticket, take the ride, clean the machine.
You know?
Yeah, and just like now that you know what it is, then
Yeah.
you can just like scrape everything else and save it for later.
Right?
For when you can have a controlled experience, you
Yeah.
know, and not against your will,
Clean the machine of your mind.
right? That's what it's good for, man. I've been like going down the I don't feel like doing psychedelics very often, but I'm just like really interested. I like thinking about it more than I like doing it these days. You know what I mean?
For sure. Cause thinking back on past experiences that there's a good library of now, but I don't really have time for going there again immediately. I'm just going to get guilt tripped about stuff I know right now.
And
right.
You know some random person's just going to show up at a bar and be like, do you want a microdose of mushrooms? And you're going to be like, it's so little.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe
I've actually been interested in like trying to microdose either LSD or mushrooms just to see.
I got a friend for you.
Yeah,
We'll talk after the show.
All right. Just because I've heard like good results from microdosing where it doesn't like affect you. You don't get.
Yeah, your head doesn't pop out of your head.
I think you've got to actually microdose though, because I've hung out with buddies. They're like, I'm microdosing handfuls. Like, no, you're just dosing. You're not. Fun.
No, really, I take like normally 4 handfuls, so just one is okay.
We're trying to do something. Is this
like this is a microdose.
Micro is a relevant term, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you're leaving your body, it's not a microdose. You have to you have to stay in your body. And then it's
if I have to fucking babysit you, it's not a fucking microdose.
Just learn to appreciate life, damn it.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden I'm a sitter. Okay, yeah, nice microdose, pal.
It is a poison.
Plus, acid would be really hard to microdose too, because like a 10 micrograms is like the smallest amount that affects you. It's like really hard to divvy it up smaller than like a.
Doesn't it normally come on like a piece of paper or something?
But I mean, you tear the paper inside in half.
You're just
the
gonna
paper,
cut the corner off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
How do you know even the distribution is on the paper, and even then like half a paper is still like another whole dose when it's that small of an effective dose?
Yeah, but like you get like average paper hits now are like into 70, 90 microgram range, and like usually like 110 or something is a good decent dose to start with.
Sure.
Because there's practically no LD50.
Well, if they would just put it through a lab like they do the weed here in Vegas,
I know. If only
we'd know exactly what's in there, and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
And we could be responsible adults with something that right now
and they
there's
could
no way
tax
to be
the
responsible.
shit out of it, make revenue so our taxes go down.
Seriously.
Oh wait, we don't have state income tax in Nevada.
Well, it still affects, keeps the
sales
things
taxes,
paid for,
all that other stuff. You know, pay for the schools. I hear they're going to be doing the marijuana lounges. They're going to try to divert that money away from the schools and to the homeless efforts.
Thank goodness. I was going to say, if there's one thing that we need money diverted to, because I mean, there was problems with institutionalizing people in insane asylums and stuff, and getting rid of that concept with no replacement just means that we're just putting people in jail or in the streets that we should be taking care of.
Absolutely.
And it's costing way more in medical bills to have them doing everything at the emergency room.
Showing up at the ER randomly.
Yeah, if we
There's
could
really
just
no clear path to get into a home.
Or even like them getting arrested and having to spend time like in and out of jail.
That's expensive too.
And in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
There's been a few like homeless programs where they end up building houses.
Yeah.
And letting homeless people stay there, and then, but not just like giving them a place to stay. They have programs to help them find work and all this, and it's actually cheaper.
That's what's important.
To build home.
To help find work.
Yeah, there's programs to help them get back on their feet.
Get some talk therapy and get some regular normal therapy that people with insurance are able to get no problem.
But it's actually cheaper for taxpayers if you just build houses for homeless people to stay in until they get back on their feet.
Yeah. You build them a house, you give them free health care and mental treatment, and all that together is half the price of their ER fees. And we're dealing with their corpses littering the streets because we're not taking care of them.
You got to understand that a lot of what's out there right now is really they've half-assed it, and the people really have a hard time when they go through it.
Well, in the pathway too, you have to be cognizant enough to go through administrative stuff that people with their heads fully about them get frustrated and have a difficult time with.
Yeah, it's like, oh, did you register with this program? Did you get on this program? And
you should hire an advocate.
Did you
like,
fill out like 50 all these like 50 forms that you just have to know how to. You just have to know you have to fill them out somehow.
Be sure to line up before the office opens, or you might as well come another day.
Yeah. Insane, man.
Oh, by the way, the line's outside in the heat.
Yeah.
It's 105 degrees out today. Have fun.
Good luck.
There's no water fountains in the building.
Where can we call you back?
Yeah.
Do you have an address?
That's the fucking kicker.
You missed the call because you couldn't charge your phone anywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, if you don't have an address, your address is general delivery and whatever zip code your post office is in. And
I did not know that.
And you could check in and say, do you have any general delivery mail for me? And they'll tell you, and they might have it, they might not, but Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
I've been
That's
there, man.
valuable.
I've been down that road, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah.
But that's why I live in Vegas, because
Yeah.
San Diego is way too freaking expensive.
No, and it's a trap too. Like you guys were saying, you get stuck in that situation without an avenue out.
Oh, man.
And you get the avenue out, and it saves everybody money too. So what's the
Yeah.
argument?
Let's build a road.
That's right.
Get you on out of there. Well, we
Man.
work on it. We definitely work on it.
Well, enough ranting about that.
No, rant about it for no. Okay. All right, so this night, this story. Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
baby.
Oh, I smell juice.
All right, in
Get ready, droplets.
in Townsend, Maryland, police respond to a call that there was a fight inside of a hotel room. All right, the front desk clerk got a call from someone next to the room, and the front desk clerk could actually hear the sounds in the background, and they thought it was a fight or something, right? So they call the cops and they go over there. Turns out it's just two chicks getting it on, man. How they like to get it on.
Yeah, you know, a little spanking, a little slapping, it might
Yeah.
have gotten loud.
I know, man. I mean, sometimes you gotta get into it, you know? Get in where you fit in, do your thing, right? Just
There's no way. I smell BS. Like, I'm not saying that they weren't getting it on, but I am saying that they were probably also having a loud argument. Who mistakes like an argument and a fight where there's like sounds of pain, like?
But
with
maybe they're into that like kinky degrading shit, you know, where you gotta
That's
like
a thing,
where you gotta
yeah.
like slap the shit out of someone and tell them they're a stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, and then
Alright,
they say
that's what
thank
gets
you.
them
And then
off.
they say thank you.
Plausible, plausible.
And you're like, "Fuck you, you piece
Yeah.
of shit!" Wham!
Those are the people who are normally like that in real life, and sometimes they need to get their asses kicked, like in the bedroom.
Yeah, man, and you do it at a hotel.
I've seen it. It's a thing.
I should let you finish how this escalates.
Seriously,
And then I think
gunshots?
it backs up my thinking that there was some real fighting too, just with this personality type.
I don't know, like
So-
that's pretty much it.
No,
that I have.
So where did the gunshots
gun.
come in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So one of the women comes back and starts arguing with the security guard after they got kicked out. So they got kicked out because the security called the cops, and the cops were like, "You guys gotta go. You're getting kicked out of this establishment for being crazy loud and freaking everybody out." And so she comes back and starts yelling at the security guard as the cops like leaving, and then she pulls a gun out in the midst of yelling at the security guard. The security guard pins her and holds her back, so the gun goes off by accident. And
In the
so and
scuffle?
then the cop comes and takes her away. Yeah.
Damn.
And now, because she pulled this gun on the security guard, she's going to be in straight up prison for a minute with a second-degree attempted murder. Damn. And like no
That's
more
nutty.
loving. That's a horrible choice for a relationship person.
Pretty rough.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
rough.
mean, look, if you're into the hardcore shit, you got to make your own dungeon. I feel like, you know, if you're into that type of thing, you got to soundproof the room.
Always have a spotter.
You can't just go to a cheap motel.
Well,
No,
you-
hey,
You
it's too
definitely need a
risky.
spotter, though.
It's too risky.
If you're loud,
You know what I
no.
mean?
If you're quiet about it, it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as if you're doing the Hitchens-Carradine maneuver, then you want to have a spotter. Yeah, or you'll be like David Carradine or Michael Hitchens.
Yo, but
R.I.P.
the risk is like part of the excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yep.
So we
That's
just
why
have a
there's people
spotter.
who are into doing it in public.
Now, if you hire a
been a
spotter,
long time.
they're not necessarily a prostitute. They're just a proctor of sorts.
Proctor.
Yeah.
Proctoring. Proctor.
I'm not telling you how to Google a spotter, or Craigslist it or whatever, but you want someone certified.
Certified.
All right.
Certified autoerotic asphyxiation proctors.
I love that word proctor. I haven't heard that since I was
Yeah,
in
no, it's
elementary
it's a
school.
great word.
We're
Yeah.
gonna proctor this test today. Yeah.
Oh man.
Creepy.
Dude, just, you know, do your thing, be safe, communicate, build a soundproof dungeon. That's what it's about, you know?
Right?
Safety first, then teamwork.
Yeah. All right, now this shit is weird. I don't know if you know where I'm going, Waz.
I
but
hope.
Is it the only man who can survive a car crash?
No, but it's really similar. Okay, do that one, and then I've got the next one.
All right, so this fucking thing, I don't even know.
This
so
thing.
this is
His name is Graham.
Yeah, his name is Graham. It's a sculpture by this artist Patricia Piccanini,
Whoa.
who was actually a trauma surgeon. Oh, okay. and road safety engineer.
Yeah, they're
And so-
saying he's the only one that can survive a car crash. What they really mean is being hit by a car.
Yeah, and so this is like they modified the human body to look like what it would take to survive this ordeal. All right, and so he's got a gigantic skull. He's got multiple weird little nipple things over all of his ribs.
Oh yeah, gotta cover those ribs.
Yeah.
Get some extra titties going on that.
Get that extra cushion.
His head has a width that goes to his shoulders, and if we look underneath his head, there's extra ribs in his head.
Oh, yeah. Dude, this is there's so many layers, and this thing is just I mean, his head looks like a fucking motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
First of all, which is really creepy.
Look at the bald spot on the top. It's so perfect.
Oh man, this is weird. And then the feet though.
Oh yeah, let's move to these feet.
Dude, that's like an 8-inch arch on the dude's foot.
Yeah, check this out. Well, what it is do you see the extra knuckle in the shin? That's his heel.
Yeah.
So in between the knee and the foot, the heel is. So the feet look really short.
But there's
But the heel is just where the ball
really
is.
skis.
Yeah. it's just like a gazelle or something, or a cat, where the heel joint is up further on the leg.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, the ankle joint is up further on the leg. And the ball of your foot, where your toes come out, his extends back as like a little heel. So it's basically a hoof with human feet. It looks quite natural. I think that's all right. I could live with that.
Yeah.
I break my shin in front of people for fun, like playing. Like, look at my shin.
Oh yeah, then you can like go down and see that his skull is way thicker than our skull with bigger pockets in there to help. And then there's all kinds of more cushion around the brain. Because our brain isn't like super cushioned, man. That's why it's pretty easy to get concussions.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a
things
jar
slosh
of pickles,
around in
man.
there.
Jar of pickles.
Yeah, them pickles
Just
get
shaking around in there.
Yeah, man. Just oh man, this is so many layers of what the fuck that I can't even. Just there's a million pictures and it just gets weirder and weirder as it goes on.
Oh, we have a report from our remote correspondent, Ange Kerfoot, about the microdosing. So this just in.
Oh yeah.
So she did the microdose experiment back in the day, and what happened is that the serotonin got too low. So if you're not familiar with what happens when your serotonin is too low, you tend to feel like depressed and shaky and anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no fun. Nine days. So take a break every few days. I noticed that whenever I do a hallucinogen the day after I did it, I have to take twice as much to even notice. Because it's like I'm immune for 4
Yeah, you
days
gotta
afterwards.
step it up, man. It's like a tolerance.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Your body like
the same way
traces
with
of
whiskey.
gets tolerance to psychedelics like immediately.
Yeah.
Just right away.
I have to have a 4-day break at least.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Like even, I've done it where even waiting a day, it doesn't help. It's like, oh, why did I waste these drugs? Thanks. Awesome.
So realistic how these inside out nipples are the extra nipples are inside out. It's so how
it's
that
just-
would be.
It's grossing me out.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like a bunch of little dicks. It makes me have to pee. It makes me have to pee. Is there a bathroom right here?
There's Graham. There's actually one in this room if you want to take a moment.
I'll try not to be too loud.
But wait, before you do though, just take a look at this emotional support clown.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, we're gonna explain to the audio people. This doesn't look like a very terrifying clown. It looks downright.
Depends on who you are.
I don't know. He looks like that guy in SLC Punk. You know that actor that plays the main character? Oh man, you guys know this actor. He was in a bunch of stuff
But
later.
dude, he's not even a real clown. He doesn't have face makeup.
Is it
What
the dude?
That?
Is it the dude who played Shaggy in Scooby Doo
And
movies?
he's wearing a wife beater. What is
What
this?
is that guy's name? Oh, I know that guy's name too. Fuck.
Yeah, so
It's escaping me.
holla in the chat if you know. But this guy brought this clown to a job meeting. I love his mustache too. These are two cool dudes.
They're definitely having fun with it.
This casual
they look
mustache
like they're
on
in
the
Pacific
left.
Northwest.
Yeah. If this is not in Oregon, then
It's so far from Oregon. You guys are gonna be
Canada?
disappointed. Oh no, way farther.
New Zealand.
Oh.
That New Zealand.
Man.
It's still moldy over there too.
This
you can
guy
see it in
looks-
the freeway in the background.
Doesn't he look like alternative music?
Just spattered all over the chair.
Yeah, this clown, it just looks like a 20-something at a festival with blue hair.
Well, he half-assed it. He didn't do the face makeup. I'm totally disappointed.
It's itchy, though. I mean, it's really inside you, not on you.
Is it really?
To be a clown?
Yeah.
I bet you he's a silly gentleman.
There's a lot of childhood fears that stem from that.
Look at the seriousness, though, this whole thing.
But I think with no makeup, you can't put that fear in people. I'm just saying.
I don't know if this is about fear. He's supposed to be an emotional support clown.
Yeah.
I'm still terrified.
Should we
I'm
pay?
still terrified.
Scared anyway.
Should we pay some billiards?
Some
Billy Crystals.
Some S. Preston Esquires.
Yeah.
Alrighty, engage.
Kicker Audio.
So check it out, Mario. They hit me up, the guys from Kicker. They said, Jay, you have done a fantastic job promoting these headphones. And
They're awesome.
They're all over Facebook. You have tweeted them. We know that you love the headphones. But how come you haven't talked about this wireless Bluetooth bullfrog we have? And I said, well, to be honest with you, you never sent me one.
We haven't tested it.
Within 24 hours, there was one delivered to my house. So now, this is going to blow your mind, Mario. Listen. You're impressed. No dead space. Speakers on both sides. Isn't that awesome?
Very impressed.
It's Kicker Audio, everybody. You got to go there. Check them out online.
Kicker Audio. Living loud.
Is your butt a crudely built birdhouse? No. Then why are you sanding it with toilet paper? Dude wipes have aloe vera to protect your sensitive side. See? Sensitive.
Come on, dude. Take it to the hole.
What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're gonna know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Health alert, you guys. Health alert. Get ready. Alert. 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 Health alert. Alert. Alert.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. That's 800-238-4840.
Let's face it, every once in a while, we all need a little help. A call to the bullpen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a product for you. Rick Knucklecock here to tell you about an exciting new product called Spunk Lube. Yes, Spunk Lube, the all-water soluble lubricant that'll help you perform in the bedroom. Yes, Spunk Lube. You can use it to loosen pickle jars. Play a game of Hide the Pickle. Hide the Pickle. Use it to grease your ball bearings. Do you have a squeaky back door? Squeaky door. Need to glaze a ham? Or how about frost a donut? Frost a donut. Yes.
So we accidentally played this commercial twice.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand that Spunk Lube is awesome. I want to make this second time bonus. You
get 2 for free.
Get 2 if you order 3. But not only that, but it's non-staining and it tastes delicious and it resembles semen so that it inspires you to create your own when you see it around. There's a real psychological effect that when you witness ejaculation as opposed to not seeing it in a video, you are inclined to sooner because of the inspiration of seeing it. Yeah, exactly. Hop in there.
I'm emotional. I'm in there.
Was that actually our last ad? Or did I just
It was
pop
not.
in? Oh, okay. So one more. I just wanted you guys to understand how much that means to me.
So much.
Get ready for a show about this, that, and the other.
What do I got going on? Well, played some music from the Hollywood Vampires. They have an album coming out later this month in June called Rise. That was Heroes, and that was sung by none other than Johnny Depp. The band also features Alice Cooper, Joe Perry from Aerosmith. By the way, we're giving away Aerosmith tickets to the residency here in Las Vegas, and I'm going to pull you in on details on how to do that. Tommy Henriksen on guitar, and they have a new album coming out. And I don't know if it's primarily covers or not. The Heroes, which is the David Bowie classic, just got released. And again, that's Johnny Depp singing. I think he did a great job.
Troy Patrick Farrell.
Troy Patrick Farrell is your host of This, That, and the Other, Wednesday afternoons from noon to 3 Pacific, right here at RadioVegas.rocks.
My bad.
That's all right.
I didn't realize. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Anyway.
Moving on.
So.
No one knows anything about
What
that.
up, Tomo? Thanks for
This-
joining us.
Holla Tomo. This is Greasy Conversation.
So greasy.
On RadioVegas.rocks. Welcome back, Droplets. We're done with the clowns. Now it's time for the hounds.
Oh wait, no, we got to go back to the clown just a bit.
Oh, wait. Side. Let's talk about this.
All
for a
right,
little bit more.
because so this guy, he got called into a meeting at his work, and he really didn't know what it was about. This took place in New Zealand, right? So they said he could bring someone for support, right?
Okay.
So he probably figures it's going to be bad. So he did have the intuition that he was going to be shit canned. And he decides to hire an emotional support clown. So he pays this clown $200 to come in and provide comic relief as his boss has fired him.
Joshua Jack is his name, by the way.
What?
Joshua Jack is a cool name. That's New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua Jack should
So-
be the clown.
So, like, during this thing where they're, like, firing this guy and going over, and it seemed very formal, like, the clown just starts making balloon animals and shit.
Just casually to
So
keep
it's
himself
like,
busy.
we're, like, trying to make balloon poodles and shit.
Sorry
like,
about your performance, sir, but like all the rubber.
That is a great detail.
Like, that's one of the best parts for me. But the guy was, like, really impressed with the clown.
So they let him keep his job?
No, he still got fired. But
Imagine if that was the turnaround. Like, they slow clap you, and you're like, you're back. I can't
yeah,
fire
they're
you,
like,
buddy.
oh, man, like, I wish.
Good
I
old
would've tried
Joshua
that.
Jack. I'm going to put in a word for you. We're going to turn this around.
The ace in the sleeve.
All right, JJ, you're back.
Yeah, just
Nice.
Good times. Good times. man.
Apparently, we have 2 people hanging out from England. Shout out across the pond. Come back for more next time.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh yeah, Catherine May.
Going ham on a motherfucker.
Catherine May is a legendary tattoo artist whom I traveled 2.5 hours on 3 trains across England on my recent trip to hang out with for 2.5 hours, and then to take 2.5 hour trains back because we're in the middle of the heat wave and her house didn't have air conditioning. But she was so awesome. We went to her favorite bar or pub or whatever the fuck that place was, and they had
Draft
gotten rid
House.
of all the foods. I think everyone called in because all they had was burgers and chicken sandwiches.
Damn.
And you could order fries with scampi, which meant fries with like some shrimps dropped on the top of it.
Yeah.
Or fries with bangers, which was just like little midget sausages. But everything was like. But the time that we spent, we got to hang out. It was honestly, I wouldn't have traded it for anything. That was worth the whole Saturday of
man.
back and forth.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Thank you for being here, Kat.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are that cool. We're like traveling total of 5 hours
So
in one day
worth
to
it.
hang out.
So
It's
worth
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And of course, it's that time when I mentioned that if you're enjoying yourself, holler at a buddy, drag someone else into the clan, moisturize your friends with your droplet hood, because we can't do it without you. It's more fun with you. We totally can do it without you, is the thing, to be honest, but it's not as fun. So tell a friend, check out some of our previous episodes. I have to recommend, especially if you're looking for a superpower one, BG. The BG episodes are great. We had the recycled propaganda.
Oh yeah, that was a
fella.
great episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, just some, but all of them are good. We've had only good episodes this season. I'm serious. Great guests.
Yeah,
Only getting better.
tremendous.
Only getting
It's
better.
true.
That's the goal,
Very
man.
true.
That's how you gotta live.
Yeah, take some greasy dives, and follow back. But for now, we've got a fresh waft and a door slam, and
Oh yeah, we gotta do this. All right, so this Florida rapper shoots a music video inside of a police department without the department's knowledge. So he ends up like shooting most, if not all, of his music video inside.
A police
It's so
station.
great, dude.
Wow.
His name is
Florida man.
Fourth Leo Little. All right, so Roman numeral 4 Leo Little is his name.
IV.
IV, yeah.
I have
IV
an IV
Leo
in
Little.
my name. You know that, right? My
Oh,
real
dude?
name. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm
You're a
fourth.
fourth. Damn, son.
John Alexander Williamson the fourth, but I can't rap.
Yo, that's still though. I mean,
Well,
you don't
it's
need
much
to with that
easier.
name. Like people should just assume you can rap, but you never have to demonstrate it.
It looks damn good on a resume. I'll
You're
tell
like,
you
yo,
what.
I'm the fourth. Of course I could fucking rap. Are you kidding me?
I got a suffix.
yo, I got a suffix.
Damn.
Yeah, my
What
dad's
is-
kind of bummed about the snip, but whatever.
You just gotta be like, Dad.
There's no 5.
Like, listen, the fucking world we live in. Come on.
Was this video done in like
Like literally, he's in
Old
the
school
lobby
aspect
of the
ratio?
police station. Is this on the? Are they seeing this?
Yeah, not on that one. They're seeing it on the Greasy Facebook and Greasy
Oh my gosh.
YouTube and
Like literally, he's standing on a desk.
yeah, that was a crazy.
Just
clip.
wandered in some open office.
Now, see, when he gets to the standing on the desk, I'm surprised that didn't get him into some trouble over there.
Well,
But no one was
apparently
there.
no
like
one's
it looks
looking.
like no one's there.
It's like
They're all
4
having a
a.m.,
meeting.
You know, the girl at the window is like way in the back, doesn't care about who's in there.
There's no one here.
Yeah, I just love the start where he's like pretending to be handcuffed like in front of the police car.
Yeah.
And then like is on the just the whole thing is great. I mean, yo, you want to make a
That's
music
like
video?
intake right there. He's like, hey.
Oh my
Right,
gosh.
just dancing around. Shit's
That's
fucking great,
freaking
dude.
hilarious. Wild.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's
okay.
the song is called Bus. If anyone wants to check it out, it is on Amazon for 99 cents.
What's great is he could totally take it down and apologize, and it's out there. I guarantee
he's
people ripped
he's
that.
Totally getting pressed.
That's
Why
gonna
should
get
he
reposted.
apologize, man? Fuck the police.
He should apologize
Ain't
for
that a thing?
putting his shoes on the desk.
Nah,
Seriously,
man.
that was gross.
Dude, we
Yeah.
need more shoes on desks. All right? There aren't enough goddamn shoes on desks as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
This is for
Put
you.
my toe shoes on the desk, you know,
Alright.
right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
That's
toe
fine,
shoe in
dude.
it. Toe it up. Toe this desk up.
I've always, for real, how are those, man? I've always been intrigued.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah?
The
Is it
Vibram
comfortable?
5 Fingers. They're made by an Italian boot company.
Okay.
You have the
And-
Vibrams?
Yeah, yeah. But they have like sport ones for like trails. They have these ones that are like casual, made of hemp.
Yeah, those look like for chilling.
They don't get you high, but they're super durable.
I want something between my toes hanging out in there, giving me comfort.
It just feels good. But
You
some
can itch in
people have to
between
have their
there?
toes together, I found. People like get upset when their toes aren't together.
I actually
Yeah.
sometimes I need to separate them, and they're in my shoe, and I'm like, gosh, I need to get these two apart real quick.
Absolutely. But I've done like half marathons in these things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not these ones in particular, but they have ones for running and all that.
Yeah.
And honestly, they'll strengthen your feet, like your arches. I had a buddy named Yoshi who was in the Triathlon Club of San Diego with me about 10 years ago. And he did his thesis, his master's thesis for his PhD on barefoot. And so he got 20 people and he had them spend 2 weeks wearing no shoes or barefoot shoes and tested their foot strength before and after, and said that after that 2-week period, all these people had much stronger feet, much stronger arches. They didn't get exhausted as quickly in their feet.
Oh, wow.
And it got rid of pains.
Do some people end up, though, controversially causing themselves pain because
Oh,
they
I
still
did that.
run like
I
there's
did
padding?
So I lived in Ocean Beach, San
Yeah.
Diego for a long time when I was in this whole triathlon life. And
I
I
love
found
San
myself running up hills in these things. And I tore the hell out of my arches and I tore the hell out of my Achilles tendon. So
Mm.
even to this day, this Achilles thing sneaks back on me like once a year. And
So
I just
they're
gotta work
not for
through it.
every situation.
Well,
right?
no, it's a matter of like working into them. So you could like
Changing your
try
technique.
them like twice a week. You know, wear them a couple days a week just to get your feet used to them, but go back to your regular shoes because we wear these shoes with big pads.
Yeah.
And these big pads, you know, your feet are used to that extra support.
And we're not supposed to walk heel toe. We're not supposed to land on our heel
No,
first
you're
at
supposed
all.
to be on your toes
Yeah.
because you're trying to get the
That's how
the
every other
impact off
animal.
of your knees,
Yeah.
right?
So you can have the ankle as part of a fulcrum for the springiness of your calf.
And that's why the
like
barefoot
every other
thing
animal
works
Yeah.
is because it makes you put that impact on your feet, which hurts, and you may not run as fast, but it's a lot more work. Your heart rate will get up much higher when you go on like slower jogging rates because of the strength required in your feet, and it saves your knees.
And then once you get it, you've got good technique and longer lasting everything.
Exactly.
Because you're doing it more naturally.
I used to be a running coach. Again, that other life.
My concern is
now
can
I just
they
drink and smoke.
can they be tailored so that some of the toes kind of go sideways? Because I don't know about you guys, but I've broken like 2 to 4 of my toes.
I've actually broken a toe wearing these. I was
Yeah.
jogging
Ooh.
with my dog in Shelter Island, San Diego, getting ready for my California half Ironman. Okay, took me 8.5 hours to finish it, even with a broken toe. But I was running with my dog, this big old like black lab, warm runner mix, whatever. And his foot went back, and my foot went forward, and my pinky toe just went. And you know what?
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do about it. And I had spent $450 on the entry for that damn race. I had some
You're doing
painkillers in my pocket. When they told me I was going to disqualify, I finally took the painkillers about 7.5 hours in, and I drug this old man in with me. But we finished, and we qualified, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, these things, you know, you got to be careful where you're putting your feet, you know?
Yeah.
I imagine
So if people are, if you're one of those people that constantly bumps your feet into every goddamn thing everywhere, just wear
it might
normal
not
shoes.
be the shoe for you.
Yeah.
I grew up that way. I didn't know how long my feet were as a teenager, and I kicked everything. And I still have like one toe that bends sideways and likes to duck under the toe next to it.
This is why he likes car accident man's like super ski feet.
Yeah, like that's for me. Those get out of the
Car
way.
accident man.
His little hoofs ain't kicking nothing.
Nice.
You can always find shoes that fit. They just have to be really wide.
Right.
Damn. All right. Let's do there's some good Google, what is it? Google Earth, Google Maps news. Right? So there was this cold case from, when was it? Okay, so this dude was last seen alive on November 7th, 1997. All right? And then just disappeared. Just a 40-year-old mortgage broker. Went to a nightclub in Florida and then disappeared. Right? Cold case since then. And then some people, I don't know who, on Google Maps.
It was a surveyor. They
A
were
surveyor,
surveying,
okay.
yeah.
I've been looking to see this picture. I've heard the story a couple times. So wow.
Yeah, so they're just like, check, and then they notice a car in, what is it, like a small lake or pond behind a house? Yeah, a pond.
It's a grody pond, too.
Yeah, so like, and you can see the car, and then so they...
But you would not see that from the shore.
No, totally. And then so they alert the authorities, and they dig it out, I guess, and find that it's that dude's car. And his remains were inside.
Remains, yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at the distance between the car and the shore, and how dark the water gets at the distance between the surface and that depth, probably, and how dark that is, it's probably that dark from the side to go through that murky water to see the car from the side. You probably wouldn't even see it.
Plus there's probably like tons of algae and shit. You
Yeah.
can see like the kind of green film on there, so it's probably murky as fuck water anyway. So no one's gonna see that.
Definitely no surveillance video on how he got in there.
No, for sure. That would be interesting, man. Like, I don't know. Cold cases trip me out. There was some. I wish I'll have to find the article, but there was this old serial killer case in Detroit, I want to say, and they caught the guy recently from some. Just he like randomly showed up due to DNA. So I can't remember what the thing was. Or there was like a recent murder, and they connected his DNA from the recent murder to the DNA they had from these old murders.
Oh wow.
And it was like in the 70s that this guy was a serial. So like cold cases trip me out, man. And then they finally
put the pieces together.
Find these dudes like years later. And there were, I think it was last year too, there was a similar case where there was a serial killer, and he got busted because one of his family members had taken like one of those DNA test things, like 23andMe or whatever.
Yeah.
and they flagged it, and like somehow they contacted the FBI or some shit. I can't remember exactly the details, and they ended up busting this really notorious fucking serial killer who was an old man. It was like an old man and hadn't killed anyone in like 20 years.
But he's still a killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Had a family, like 3 daughters and shit. Just damn.
So
Cold cases, dog.
I've got to do a chug on the next 3. We've got another Google Maps one where these kids renamed their school on Google Earth to be named, instead of Hornsey High School, it's called Hornsey Prison and Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
Dude.
And that's on Google Maps.
That's
It also,
legendary.
as part of this article, talks about this wiener in the grass.
Oh, yeah, dude. Nice.
That's ended up on Google Earth.
Crop wieners.
Crop wiener. So I wanted to talk quickly about the new planetoid exoplanet that has been discovered to have liquid water on it out there. And the jury's still out on whether it is like habitable water situation,
Or if it has life at all.
or if it's more of like a Neptune.
Yeah, because it has water molecules in the atmosphere, and that's what they've been able to confirm for sure. But they're not sure if it's like a Earth-type planet or maybe it's like a more gaseous giant type deal.
It
What
might have
solar
a
system is this in?
I'm not sure. It's 110 light years away. It's pretty fucking far.
It's called K2-18b. Shout out to 18b in the Arts District.
Arts District?
Yeah, dog.
Shit.
So this
I
planet's
already
called
like it.
K2, like the mountain, and then 18b if you want to look up more about how this unfolds. But the distance from the planet to the star isn't enough to really know habitability when there could be an out-of-control greenhouse effect, kind of like Venus has going on.
We're working on.
Yeah, we're working on that same thing.
Yeah,
So-
but still interesting. And they're finding like more habitable or planets that are in the habitable zone. But still, we're developing the technology to like confirm that because these things are just so fucking far away. It's hard
We
to
gotta
know.
figure out a plan for when we fully trash this place, you know?
We need a backup. Everything important. Everything important needs a backup.
I got some bad news for you guys, but
Pure
all right.
sarcasm. Sorry.
no, I know. No, I'm there with you, man. Trust me. All right.
So
Yeah.
the last thing is that Einstein was actually proven right. Not last thing in the episode,
Again.
just that I have. Yeah, again, because he suspected that black holes, when 2 of them bumped into each other and ate each other, that there would be this ringing that they would resonate with, and that they would be hairless. And that hairless comes from a term of another scientist describing that
My
there,
cats.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There would only be 3 attributes to it, and all the other attributes that matter can have would just be sucked into it. So there'd be only 3 things that would be a thing about it.
That was
No
mass
other details.
mass, spin, electric charge.
Yeah.
That's it.
It would have mass, spin, electric charge. It wouldn't have color or shape or a smell.
Or a farting sound.
No sounds. It wouldn't make any sounds.
It'd be awesome if it did make a sound.
No. Oh, it'd be cool.
Dude, what if they just like scream like it was? What if it was just a
fart of space.
terrifying scream? Like if black holes just gave off a terrifying, like soul-shattering, fucking demon scream that just like shattered your bones.
Or like
man.
that screaming little girl. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Plausible. It's like the
Or
ring.
no, that you got it was what like Skrillex used in his one song, but it was like this young chick who was doing the cup stacking, and she like just broke the record, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
That's
You
what
know-
that sample was from?
Yeah, it's just from a cup stacking chick, dude. Dude, but it's like so good.
Yeah,
and
I thought it was
just-
from like a horror movie or something.
No, it's from some chick who does cup stacking.
Great sample. Shout
Yeah,
out,
it was
Skrillex.
on point. But yeah, if it's like that, or if it's just like fuck you, your life is meaningless.
That's what the black hole
I'm a
sounds
black hole. Your life sucks. Everything is darkness.
You're hating.
Oh man. Oh wait, okay. I gotta hold on. Give me a second. I gotta find the one. Where was it? I had it too.
It's okay. We're looking at some planetoids right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This one, dude. All right. So this woman in Florida.
Florida woman.
Yeah. There's,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
This is like a triple Florida episode if we didn't mention.
Yeah.
The rapper in the cop place. That's where you keep the cops, right?
Where
in
they
the cop
park
place.
the cops, yeah.
That was in Florida too.
Yeah. So apparently, this like Florida woman who claimed to be a fortune teller was scamming this woman in Texas.
Is this Jawan Davis?
Yeah. So no, it's Sherry Tina Uwanowicz. 28 years old.
She gave him a curse.
Oh no, I'm looking at the guy that doesn't play about his food.
Yeah,
You're telling
yeah.
gun at McDonald's, I don't play about my food.
Yeah. So this lady convinced some older woman that there was a curse on her family and that she was going to help remove this curse, and took her for $1.6 million
What a
over the
gig.
course of. I can't remember how long they said. I saw it earlier, but now I'm like,
God, we got to remove some curses, guys. We got to get in that curse removal business.
man, dude,
I just like to curse all the time, though.
Hey, anybody cursed out there? Hit me up.
Shit.
HMU.
Like, it just sucks that like people can be scammed out because they believe like they can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality. You know what I'm saying?
Of all ways to get scammed, that's like, oh, bummer.
Really? There's a curse on your family? Yeah.
She looks so just like she feels bad about all
Like, okay, if someone comes to you with some wild shit and it sounds like bullshit, you got to ask for some proof. Like, that's, you got any evidence? Fucking A, man. Like, where?
Did anyone else in your family have to pay off a curse removal person?
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude?
Did anyone else you know have to deal with a curse? What circles are you gallivanting in around when your friends and neighbors have these curses they're dealing with?
Just gotta grab yourself a witch doctor. You'd be all right.
Oh man, get a friend.
I know, man.
Actually, one time when my sister lived in Venezuela, my sister moved to Venezuela for a little while because she was born there, and she's my half sister, and her father was there and all this. When she came back, she started having all these crazy seizures.
Oh, yikes.
And actually, she was having them down there too. She went to a witch doctor, and he said, "You are having an electrical storm in your brain," right? And so what happened was when she got back to San Diego and moved back into her old life.
Wait, can we guess? Pause. Parasite. What's your guess?
Magnets.
She got pregnant, and it killed the parasite in her brain.
What?
Yeah. In fact, when they did a brain scan, you could see the shape of the parasite that was in her brain, but the pH changed from when she got pregnant with my nephew Dane, who was a badass kid, and is like 19 now. It totally got rid of all of her seizures, everything. It all stopped.
But there was this big old empty space.
Yeah,
this
you could
giant
see
thing?
it wasn't an empty space, but you could see the mark on her brain when they scanned her brain. She showed me the scan. It was wild.
That's nutty.
And the witch doctors in Venezuela tried to tell her that she had a curse. And
Yeah, the curse was.
the curse was a parasite, apparently.
It's a physical
The curse of the parasite, yeah.
I wouldn't say that's not a curse. Oh, dang, we're right at the buzzer.
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh wait, do we got any?
You know our ending song.
Do you got any plugs you want to do? Anything going on for
I
you,
just
man?
want to remind everyone that I'm going to be at Davy's Locker next to Rebar until the end of the month, showing my photography.
Sweet.
I'll also
Go check
be
it
there
out.
having fun. They actually open the restaurants on Fridays and Saturdays.
Sweet.
So that's when you got to pop in to see the art and hang out with me, and maybe have a drink.
Sweet, man. Dope.
All right. Thank you so much, Droplets. Stay greasy. Stay tuned. And check out the other shows on RadioVegas.rocks.
Thanks for joining us.
Tell your friends.
Greasy conversation. So much fun.